This is the video to support the Medieval Realms overview activity being set for Year 7. It's going to be a mixture of research, independent work and GCSE exam skills. So the first element that we want the students to do is to complete the grid that we have here in front of us. Key events, key dates, a picture, description, and then here evidencing any sources that have been used. Prompts appear in each column, and from these prompts we'd like the grid to be filled out. If this is done electronically, then obviously the pictures can be cut and pasted into those particular sections. In the section on sources used, specific websites, specific books, specific sources, not casual references to things like Google. One of these is unprompted. This is an extension. If students want to find a relevant historical event that they can put in there, that would be a free choice. Secondly then, the inference question that they've already practiced on several occasions in class. Here's the source here. Give two things you can infer, an educated guess or assumption, from source A about the importance of the signing of the Magna Carta. What the students can infer, details from the source that tell me this. In this case, because it's a picture, students are going to have to describe what they can see and then tell me how that links to the importance. This shows importance because. They repeat that task twice. Thirdly then, some general research and completing the gap fills here. Most of the content of this page will be covered specifically in taught lessons, so any grounding in the background of these particular events would be useful. And then completing that page on the next slide here. Again, students need to get into the habit of listing the sources that they have used. Once again, that needs to be specific. Okay, moving on. Linking to some geography work here. Compare the similarities and differences between medieval Europe and present Europe. So the continent that we live in, how is it similar? How is it different? And then moving on, a usefulness question. Now this hasn't been practiced as much, so what this video is going to do is provide a brief outline, a brief guidance on how this should be approached. We have source A, we have source B. For each source, students will need to work through the following list of tasks. Firstly, I want to know why source A is useful, but I would like that to be based upon the nature, origin and purpose of the source, the NOP. So what is it about the source, or what is it about the origin or the purpose of the source that makes the source useful? Secondly, I would like that backed up with their own knowledge. And then thirdly, I would like them to think about how the nature, origin and purpose might make the source not perfect. Through that process, we actually define the limits of the use of the source. So one more time, use the nature, origin and purpose of the source to tell me why the source is useful and provide me with an example. Back this up with their own knowledge, and then thirdly, tell me why the nature, origin and purpose of the source might not make it perfect. That then is repeated for the second source.